Listen.
1.6%. I'm kind of bewildered by this.
It is an interesting move by Amazon, but then you think about AMC, the fact that it has nearly 600 theaters across North America. If you're in Amazon and you're, pushing into every part of American and global life, I could see how that might be appealing.
Yeah, well, this would be a distressed purchase if nothing else, right?
There you go.
All right, let's move on to our big story.
This is CNBC currently reporting on the potential buyout of AMC stock by Amazon, guys. We reported this to you guys minutes after this broke, and people in the trading community got this information instantly. I mean, we had the information instantly, but we reported it to you guys within minutes. All in all, about 15 minutes, we got you guys that video out. Now, we're getting new updates, and it's getting more and more real. Number one, Amazon nor AMC replied to a request for a comment. They basically said no comment. They said, yeah, we're not going to talk about that right now. That means something. The fact that CNBC is talking about this, Bloomberg is talking about this, as well as MT Newswires and many other news outlets are talking about this, that means something. This is actually the top trending story right now on Bloomberg. Now, this article actually came out about 15 minutes before, as you guys can see right here, Charles Gasparino tweet was 46 minutes ago. That is what caused the stock to move. This article, though, actually came out about 1 hour ago. So the stock didn't move off the article. It moved off of Charles Gasparino's tweet. And we don't like Gasparino. He's a wishy-washy kind of character. That's what makes this even more interesting, is why are you tweeting about this right now? Now, a new tweet 6 minutes ago. For the record, I know a lot about the AMC Theaters Amazon story. From what I know, the sourcing is solid. But what is being overlooked is that Amazon appears to be interested in AMC as a distressed asset, not something to buy at a premium to share price. Well, let's be honest here. SVB is a distressed asset. Sure, AMC is losing a little bit of money still. Sure, they have a lot of debt. But from AMC's perspective, they are the one that has the power here. Because after all, AMC just won its vote to authorize essentially as many shares as it wants. AMC could come out and authorize enough shares to pay off all of its debt. Boom, bankruptcy concerns gone. Short thesis instantly killed. So to put this in terms of a distressed asset, that you're going to come in and you're going to buy the stock for $2 a share or $3 or $4 or $5 a share, is absolutely beyond me. Sure, maybe there's a little bit of stress there because they're still losing $50 million, give or take, every couple months. But it's not distressed in the way that you would think the company's going for imminent bankruptcy, especially after this vote has been confirmed and passed as a yes. That risk is really off of the table here. Now, we can get into some of the pricing that potentially Amazon would buy AMC for if you want to. But more so than that, it's not going to be cheaper than where the stock is now. It's going to be at a premium to the share price. Unless you are literally destined for bankruptcy, unless you are SVB, unless you are a company that is going to go bankrupt with certainty, you don't come in and lowball lower than where the stock is trading at. Absolutely not, especially when AMC, like I said, has the upper hand here. So I do think that is very interesting, as well as the other things that we just talked about here in the first couple of minutes or so. Something else I want to talk about. I actually have a video coming out at 3 o'clock, so it might be around the time this video comes out, because I want to get you guys this information as soon as possible, even if it is a little raw, because I'm kind of filming these videos and pounding them out to you guys as new information does come out with this developing story. But check this out. We made a video talking about the collateral crisis. Essentially, when you short AMC, we're not going to get into the whole thing. It's like a 15-minute long video. We went over everything, so make sure you guys watch that. Probably going to be the next video that comes out after this. Vitally important to watch that, especially now. But long story short is that hedge funds that are short on AMC, there's unlimited risk there, right? So you need to place more collateral on your short positions, but it has to be very high quality collateral, because if it's very high risk to short AMC, aka banks could lose a lot of money, well, they don't want collateral that could also lose a lot of money. So a lot of your collateral is really high quality. Your Apples, your Googles, your Amazons, and more so, I would say it's more so like Apple. That's the highest quality collateral you could get. That's the stuff banks want in case they were to incur a lot of losses, because odds are Apple does not fall, 50% from here, right? Apple's not going to lose a whole lot of value from this point. Now, take a look at this. And it might be kind of hard for you guys to see, but right here on Webull, right down here, it's hard to actually, right where my cursor is, if you scroll down on the 1 minute candles, you will see the date plus the time of the candles. So this is on the 1 minute candlestick chart, so you could see this, when this news broke, it was roughly in between 1331 and about 1335 on AMC, from the point this news really broke to the point where you hit the high of $5.38 per share, at least at the time of recording this video. Who knows, the stock could be much higher by the time you guys are watching this video, or lower for that matter. But in between 1331 and 1335, take a look at what happened to the S&P during this time. Let's go to 1331 to 1335. That is where this whole latest round of selling really kicked into high gear, is when AMC was starting to hit the highs. And I mean, you dropped quite a bit in just these 3 candles relative to what we have seen on the day, and flushed out to a new low. Same story is true with something like Apple, right? From 1331 to 1335, Apple pretty much started to really get some of those red candles here. So I think, given what we are seeing with this rumor, the reaction of AMC stock and how the markets are moving, I think it makes the collateral argument that much more relevant and that much truer. Is that even a word? Truer. We're just going to make it up. So I think that is very interesting in context of all of this. Now, with the litigation that is coming April 27th, that's going to give this situation that much more volatility and make this potentially a much larger trade. Because from here on out, if this doesn't get rebutted, well, that's going to lead more credibility to maybe this is actually happening, right? Amazon should have already came out by now and said, we're not thinking of doing this. Or AMC should have came out and said, this isn't a thing, like they did last time. Now, AMC probably has more incentive to just, hey, let this thing go. We're about to dilute shareholders, raise capital, sell stock. The higher AMC goes, better for us, right? So I understand why AMC wouldn't immediately come out and say this is false. But Amazon, on the other hand, they should have already done that. If I can make 2 videos reporting to you guys, they should have came out with a comment. So I do think the sourcing is true, like Charles Gasparino says. I do believe, and I'm in alignment with what he's saying, at least on this topic, that it's probably really happening. Now, if you guys did not see the last video, Amazon is essentially sending their top executives, their top financial analysts, to go look at the financials of AMC, to see if an acquisition could actually happen, or would it be feasible to actually happen. And I think that is very interesting. Now, AMC even holding up this rally is a very strong sign. Now, let's take a look at how numbers have evolved since this information came out, that Amazon is looking into acquiring AMC. And let me just tell you guys, if there's one thing you get out of this video, and one thing only, AMC's not a distressed asset like people want to make you think, especially now that this vote has passed. Now that AMC can raise more capital, there's no chance they're going bankrupt anytime soon, unless the courts were to say, yeah, you guys can't raise capital, which it's highly expected that will not happen. And fun fact, every time AMC has raised capital in the past, the stock has actually soared hundreds of percents. So is it really a bad thing? You crush that short thesis. Is that really a bad thing? I don't think so. And as everyone says that AMC is dead, there is no squeeze. I've been getting these comments over the last couple of days more aggressively. Boom! One bit of news. Potential talks of a potential buyout. AMC stock is up 15% on that news. Who would have thought? I don't know. Live short interest of free float sitting at 25%. The amount of shares currently sold short sits at 129.3 million, worth about $850 million as well. Cost of bar average of 384.33%, cost of bar max of 435.12%, and cost of bar minimum of, last we knew, the last real update we got was 328.35%. The live cost of bar rates 269.37% with 0 shares that are currently available to be lent out. So, long story short here, what you take out of this is that this is probably legit, unless Amazon says otherwise, and they have not yet, which leads me to believe it's probably more true than not. And in those same regards, this is not a distressed asset. It's going to be purchased for more than the share price. How much? $10, $15, $20, more than that? That's hard to say. Does it make sense for Amazon to acquire AMC? Well, absolutely. Is it going to be clean cut? Maybe not. Hard to tell. So, given that information, we're going to wait for more details on this. I will bring you guys those details as soon as they come out. But like I've been saying, guys, the risk to reward at these low prices looks very, very good. It's all about your worst case, your best case, your base case scenario. Base case meaning what do you think is going to happen? What's the best case scenario that could happen? And what's the worst case scenario that could happen? If these buyout talks are true, then I think it's hard to imagine the worst case scenario is a buyout cheaper than the price of AMC, given AMC's negotiating strength at this point. I mean, AMC has a very real possibility of paying off all of their debt. And that's probably a big part of their plan. So, still, very interested in this situation. I'm sure we'll get more news in after hours, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. And if you guys want to join the trading community, get access to all the breaking news when it does happen, what is important to you, link down below in the description of this video. I also post all of the trades that I do make in real time. We made a couple trades today, nothing on AMC yet as far as options. As you guys know, we have our normal positioning, so good to see a little bit of green on the day nonetheless. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, and I will see you in the next one.